Seth, you're muted now.
That bot always freaks me out. I always forget about it.
No worries. All right. Let's begin in 5, 4, 3. Good evening, one and all. You are watching Saturday Night One Shots on Gehenna Gaming. I'm Zachary Vado, your game master, and this is Midnight in the Diner of Good and Evil, a Kult Divinity Lost one-shot. Let's introduce our players, starting with Persephone.
Hi, I'm Persephone, aka Persephoroth, and I am playing Alana Ever Remains, the musician.
Now to Samantha.
Hi, everyone. I'm Samantha McLarty, and I am playing Detective Jade Pierce.
Around to April.
Hey everyone, I'm April, and tonight I'm playing Allison Horn.
And finally, Nick.
Hi everyone, I'm Nick. I'm playing Emilio Espada, the Avenger.
Saturday Night One Shots is designed to entertain you as well as teach a little bit about how this game is played to you, the audience, or to the players. In this instance, half of the players here have never played Kult before, so they will be learning as we go, which means that you all may be learning as you go if you've never played or seen this game before. For those of you that have not played or seen this game before, Kult is a very dark game of psychological terror, supernatural terror, horror, the whole gamut. It is dark. It is darker than World of Darkness if you play it per the book. So if things become too much for our players, we have discussed boundary lines, what will not be covered, but at any point, they can send me an X in chat, or if they feel the need to, verbally state that they need to pause or move on, and we can segue away. Those of you at home don't have that option, but you can always pause the video, come back to another time, or stop entirely. It's your video to enjoy. We are here for your entertainment, as dark as it may be. Now, if we're all ready, the sun has finally set, and we will begin. The time is now 2:45 a.m., and you are sitting in a Waffle House along the back roads of southern United States. The grill is running, the cooks are cooking, the patrons are sitting, taking their meals to themselves. A song plays on the jukebox, Saturday Night at My Place by Gary Garcia, an original classic rock song for the Waffle House brand. It's a humid night, as it usually is in these parts. You can tell by how fogged the windows have gotten with condensation. Between that, the bright fluorescent lights inside, and the dark of night outside, there's not much to look at through these windows, just what's inside with you. There aren't many people inside, but it's not deserted. A few employees, running the grill, serving food. A few people scattered around the counter and seating booths, occasionally cycling through, entering or exiting. And the four of you, each sitting by yourself at various points in the restaurant, wrapped up in your own little worlds. Emilio, you are sitting at one of the booths. Tell us a bit about yourself, what you're up to tonight.
Today is pretty much what it's been for the last week. I've just been kind of driving from stop to stop, trying to get myself lost and everything that's been happening. And probably kind of at the end of a bit of a binge night for me, bit of a bender. I'm just trying to enjoy some smothered hash browns before I pass out in my car once again.
It's been rough for you tonight. It's been rough for you lately for, well, it's almost as long as you can remember at this point, isn't it?
Shit, that's right.
Passing out is one of the only ways you can really feel like you go to sleep nowadays. It's one of the only moments of peace lately. The rest of your days are filled with, well, not peace, right?
Yeah, not a lot of peace anymore.
But you have a moment here. What have you ordered?
Well, I've ordered double hash browns, everything, like literally everything in the kitchen sink. If they drop it on the ground and scrape it up from the tile floor, that's even better probably for the taste. Piping hot coffee, black, no cream. Not because like I'm a hard ass or anything, but because it's whatever. I don't need that sugary shit. Keeps me up.
And you do need your moments of solace from time to time. So you eat your everything, hash browns, scattered, smothered all the way. You look around at the handful of patrons, most of them pretty standard for this time of night. Some of them standing out a bit more than others. Alana, you're one such person standing out.
Yeah, I don't really tend to, go with the crowd.
No, you don't. Everybody here is in rather drab clothing. It's monotonous to somebody of your taste, of your background. But you
Well,
pop.
I always pop. Everywhere I go. Always.
The pink hair, the ethereal personality, it's dichotomically different from what people normally experience, especially at this time of night in this sort of place. What brings you here, stranger in this strange land?
Writing. Music. I can't think with producers breathing down my neck. Record executives telling me what I should and should not create to be more mainstream palatable. So I come here, where it's mundane and no one earns over 6 figures. And all the sounds of their annoying twitters and chatter around my ears just flits away.
Out of the corporate bubble, out of the grind, into the real world, where you can feel the raw realism that permeates your music. Very different
Not just
from the
that.
persona that you have.
Not just that. It allows me to remind myself I am special. I really am.
You are. You are, and you've not taken that talent and put it to waste. You've appreciated just how special you are and what you can create. What are you writing? You mentioned you're writing song lyrics, but how's it going? What's the tone?
Tonight's menu is a dirge for loss, but with a very bubblegum upbeat tone behind it.
Two sides of a coin. Presentation on the outside, deceiving the truth on the inside.
I do have my tricks.
That you do. You're not the only one writing, though. Other people are working on their texts. Allison, you're one such person, sitting at one of the counter seats. You've got your journal open and you're reading and taking notes. It's a pretty standard for you. But why here? Why not someplace more academic?
See Allison sitting there, and it's an old journal. It's looks like something that's been around for a while. Probably handed down. You don't know. You don't know me. She looks like she's passing through. Not someone who would be staying around a long time. Looking like maybe she's just running from place to place.
Just another traveler along these back roads in the southern US, stopping where everybody stops, but still in your world, doing your work. It's an intensive work, isn't it? Not academically intensive or monetarily intensive, but personally.
It's the only work that matters.
It's the only work that matters. It's your life's work. It was life's work beyond your life.
Not just my life's work.
It's a long-running history in these pages that keeps you going, keeps you driven by it. keeps you motivated to dig into it. Certainly much more motivated than some others in this diner. Detective Pierce, you're in a back booth. Motivation is not what one would say is crossing your face right now. You're a bit on the other side of that spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Bit run down.
Yeah. I'm pretty much just sitting there. I've got like a plate of eggs and bacon, and it's not really touched. It's just there. A cup of coffee with a little extra in it. And I keep playing events over and over and over in my head, trying to sort out what exactly happened.
You've been at this for a while, not just a while tonight, but a while in your life. It doesn't matter how long it's been, though. For you, it still feels like yesterday. And you still don't feel like you have all the pieces. Because if you accepted all the pieces as they were presented, it just wouldn't make sense, would it?
No, not at all. It's definitely, it's something that it feels off. There's something that it's nagging in the back of my head, like I just can't quite put my finger on it.
But that's why you're here. Just, it's better than the house. And maybe being out in public can stir up what you need to finally put it together. Even if it hasn't so far. Even if that is your third cup of coffee as you've gone through this. Which the waitress does come by with another pot and just leans over to your booth. Y'all need some more?
Yeah.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
She lets you move the mug over to her as she fills it up and gives a very standard, y'all let me know if you need anything, all right? And doesn't even wait for an answer as she moves on to Emilio. Same check-in. Get you anything?
More coffee, please.
All right. She doesn't wait for you to hand the cup over. She can kind of tell, and she just leans and pours and fills. And the same standard. Let me know if you need anything. And then over to Alana. The same check-in. Not even sure if you're drinking coffee, but checking in nonetheless.
Oh, I'm drinking coffee. It has enough sugar in it to kill a 9-year-old. But it's black.
Do you need more, or do you need more sugar instead?
I could always use more caffeine. Stimulates the follicles.
All right, then. And she smiles and she pours and fills. Stops for a bit to let you fill more sugar in. And
Just a bunch of packs, just like at least 6 or 7.
and the number of empty packets on your table double from what they were before. And y'all just let me know if you need anything. And moves on to Allison for the same check-in.
Yep. Allison's just drinking coffee, black coffee, nothing in it.
And she pours it over. Let me know if you need anything.
Thank you.
And walks on. The griddle is sizzling. Somebody gets up to leave. And as they do, they pass by somebody else who's coming in. And the four of you are continuing your writing and eating and thinking and reflecting. A song plays on the jukebox. Saturday Night at My Place by Gary Garcia, an original classic rock song for the restaurant. The time is now 2:45 a.m. and the four of you are sitting in a Waffle House along the back roads of the southern United States. As the four of you look around, what do you feel about the people in this room? Seeing all their differences, a few of them standing out to you more than others.
We're not the only ones, right? Besides
There's
staff.
the wait staff, there's the cooks, and there's a couple of other patrons again who just seem to cycle in and out from time to time. You've been here longer. The four of you have been here longer than anybody else so far that's been in here. It's been a long night.
I can't take this. I'm feeling everything from the night. I'm gonna rush to the bathroom and just expunge my stomach.
The first bathroom door is locked, but you manage to get into the second one, and everything comes pouring out. As the three of you see this man just book it across the rest of the diner floor, and hear the bathroom door squeak open and swing shut. Unfortunately, the sound of the griddle and the music drowns out what's inside.
There's no one else in here with me, right?
The bathrooms are single person.
I call over the waitress.
She comes back over.
That
Yeah,
man
what can I
go-
get you?
More worried about the man that just ran into the bathroom, actually.
Oh, we get folks like him in here all the time. I'm sure he'll straighten out.
You aren't at all concerned that he might die of alcohol poisoning on your bathroom floor?
Didn't get the impression when he came in.
Therefore, shutting it down for days and having you be out of a job?
Didn't get the impression when he came in.
Huh. Interesting you would be so careless.
Just put a cup of water on his table. He'll be fine.
And she looks over to you. Looks back to Alana. We get folks in here all the time just like him. But she does take Detective Pierce's cue and fills up water and just plops it on Emilio's table before going back to work.
I come back-
Familiar with drinking? Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
No, you go. Go.
I was just saying, I just come back eventually and resume sipping coffee.
There's a cup of water on your table now, joining your coffee.
You should probably drink that. Sounds like you could use it.
I don't think you know shit about what I need. And I just turn back around, but I'll take a sip of the water.
Right.
Wow, that is incredibly rude.
That was a bit uncalled for.
How entertaining. You just ran to the bathroom to spill your guts. Everyone in the restaurant knows it, and yet you still feel ballsy enough to insult someone who's trying to help you. The male ego is so adorable, isn't it? My.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a big deal, just whatever. Be rude, don't be rude. Drink the water, don't drink the water.
Sorry.
Throw up more, don't throw up. I don't care, really.
Question for you, GM.
Yes.
We have the ability to read a person. Could I potentially read him to see if it was alcohol or something worse?
You can. You can.
Would that be a thing?
I think so. And I think honestly, you have an advantage that would be better suited than read a person, which is observing a situation.
Yes.
You are rather keen-eyed. So go ahead and for observing a situation, make your roll of 2d10 plus your perception bonus.
2d10. Okay. So that is a 4 and a 6. Plus perception. Is this perceive? This is perceive a situation.
This is the middle
12.
one, perception,
Yes.
observe a situation.
So I have a
yes.
+2 in that. So that would be a 12 total.
Wonderful. You may ask one question. It can be from one of the questions that is on the cheat sheet, or it can be one of your own design. And of course, with your keen-eyed ability, you can ask an additional question.
Mhm. I would like to know, did he smell of booze?
Emilio, how strongly have you been drinking?
Pretty heavily tonight.
Enough to really smell it?
Yeah, if you got close enough, for sure.
On his way back, you definitely caught a wave of it.
And I have the ability to ask another question.
Mhm.
That's a the question that's listed is, what weakness can I use to my advantage?
Mhm.
How can I use this to my advantage?
Emilio, how drunk would you say you are? Are you intoxicated to a level that you were easily taken advantage of, or is it simply a level where you'd be thrown off your rhythm pretty easily?
Definitely thrown off my rhythm. I don't think I'm like on the floor dead, but you know.
But probably more pliable for,
Yeah.
like, if somebody wanted to ask you questions, push you for more at some point.
Yeah, I might start ranting.
You get a pretty decent sense of that, Allison.
Just gonna turn to him. What would make you come here of all places tonight after all of that? Just to do that?
It's Waffle House. It's always open. And you can always get good food. What's not there to like?
Well,
It's-
sunglasses at night, to yourself, alone, drunk at 2:45 on a, what day of the week is this?
It's kind of blended together, hasn't it, Allison?
Yeah. Just seems sad is all. And she goes
It's a
back to her journal.
classic. It's a classic. This is what it's typical what people do when they've been out and they've been drinking all night. They get hungry, need something to soak up the booze, so you go to the place that's open. Waffle House. 24 hours.
There's a difference between needing to soak up the booze and needing to run away from something, it looks like.
Look, I'm the one trying to sober up. You're the weird ones being sober here at a Waffle House at 2:45 at night.
Who said we were all sober?
Who says we're not also running away from things?
What?
How's your head, Amelia?
It's starting to clear up with the water. Wait, what town are we in?
It's one of those in between states. You're pretty sure, like along the road between one town or another, all kind of blends together in the backwoods.
Yeah, I didn't even look at the signs. I just saw the golden checkerboard and the golden squares and just I turned into it.
It doesn't really matter. It's a nowhere place.
Would I recognize Alana? Is she
Depends on the kind of music you listen to. Alana, would you describe your music a bit more?
Alana's music is somewhere between symphonic rock and electronica. Something with a lot of classical sounding haunting vocals over like man-made instruments and piano backing, but always with a real violin.
You've been doing this for a while, right?
I've been doing it all my life, but professionally the last 3 years.
It's probably not something that you listen to, Emilio. Your kid probably did, though.
Yeah, I could probably not recognize Lana, but I just get the feeling that like I recognize her from somewhere, but I'm not sure. I can't put my it's on the tip of my tongue.
You get the feeling that she would have been their kind of person.
Yeah.
Why don't you try toast? It'll
I-
help.
I'm fine. I trust me. This is not my first nor second rodeo.
I get that feeling. Still, it's on my tab. And I'm gonna signal to the waitress to
The
bring
same
an order
waitress
of
comes
toast.
over and goes, "Uh-huh.
Get him some toast, please. Put it on my bill.
What kind do you want?" She points at the menu. So we got regular, we got raisin.
Whatever.
Do you have a preference?
Not really.
Go with wheat.
We can do that. She walks away.
Probably a good choice. Raisins would not look good coming up.
Too sweet. At least with the wheat, he'll get some kind of nutritional value with it. Seems like he could use it. Seems like you could use it.
You seem to know a lot about being drunk.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have had to deal with plenty of intoxicated individuals.
How come?
Part of the job. Well, it used to be part of the job. Sometimes still happens as well.
The waitress comes back with 2 triangle pieces of toast and she puts it down in front of Emilio. There you go. And she walks away before another word. Heads back through the door. When you go through the kitchen, just sort of swings.
Quick thing. Do you want me to roll for my disadvantage now?
Yes.
Okay.
I also have a disadvantage that you're supposed to start at the first session.
Yeah, same with me.
And this is the only session, so yes.
Okay.
Dang.
That is not a
That's 2 tens.
Okay. Well, I would say that you are just fine.
I feel perfectly content, yeah.
Better than ever.
Better than sometimes.
Allison?
I rolled a 2 and a 3, so I have a 5.
5. Which disadvantage is this?
Haunted.
That's right. Okay.
Everything's fine, guys. Everything's cool.
Everything's fine. We're going to hold on to that for now. But you do get a sudden chill, Allison, and it's visible.
You okay?
Yeah. You good? Everyone good? Everyone's great tonight, right?
I would hardly
Just-
say
just
that, but yeah.
Need more coffee
Good.
before heading out. That's all. Just more coffee.
Apart from the oddities and the strangeness, it is pretty great, isn't it, Allison? It's pretty standard night for you.
Mhm.
2:45 a.m. Waffle House. Nice original classic rock song playing on the jukebox. Saturday Night at My Place by Gary Garcia. Just in this Waffle House in the back roads.
Normal night.
Mm.
Okay.
I get up and go to the jukebox.
Okay.
Don't put any shit on.
Honey, would you even be aware of it enough? You'll just forget about it in the morning.
That's fair.
Yeah, you're not really one to judge other people's choices right now.
The jukebox is
Also
an old
fair.
style one. You're used to the ones that have an app synced up to them nowadays, or the touch screen, but this is one of those old ones that you need coin, and you will push the buttons heavily after you flip through which
Retro.
song is in.
I go to the waitress and ask for change for a couple of bucks.
Yeah. And she heads over to the cash register. She looks at it for a bit, then opens it up and gives you 8 coins for the couple bucks that you have.
I go up, fill it with coins, and start flipping through the music.
Okay. It's a lot of classic rock, a lot of original songs that are made for the Waffle House brand, such as Saturday Night at My Place by Gary Garcia. There's some more contemporary music from the 80s, more rock, new wave. There's some country. It's not quite your style.
No, but it doesn't have to be my style for me to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
After all, there's only one me. If I only enjoyed my work, that would be very dull, wouldn't it?
That it would. What sort of music are you putting on with your 8 coin?
I put on something new wave from the 80s.
And a synthesizer and a drum machine fill the air for a bit as the music changes up once the previous song is over.
That song was going to drive me bonkers if I listened to it another time. And I go back to my seat.
Mm-hmm. How are the rest of you feeling now with a bit of a change up to the way things have been?
I think I'm a bit indifferent. I think none of it's really my kind of music anyway.
Music hasn't really hit the spot lately anyway.
Mm.
How about the rest of you? Emilio, how's the music doing for your head now that it's got a bit more of a beat behind it?
Vibing. I think I need some fresh air. And I kind of take out my cigarette pack.
Allison, how about you?
With the change of music, she's just bobbing her head now back to her journal, like
Mhm.
tapping her pen against the counter to the beat.
That's good. And the waitress comes around to check and refill all of your coffees. Ask if y'all need anything, let her know.
Thank you. I think I'm gonna get some air too. And Jade will get up and I'll
Following behind Emilio,
yeah.
walking through the Waffle House pretty slowly, going to get some fresh air in this humid night in southern United States at 2:45 a.m. Man excuses himself, cuts through the door ahead of you. You take a look back for a second. It's bright, it's fluorescent. It's full of smells and sounds like the grill, clattering of silverware. Saturday Night at My Place by Gary Garcia. It's an original rock and roll song. And you're at the front door.
So I wouldn't even go outside. I would just kind of hold the door open while I smoke and just hang out and listen to the tunes.
Okay.
I do go through the door.
Okay. And you go through the door into the Waffle House. And it's a regular Waffle House. It's got a handful of people, some employees. Emilio's there smoking a cigarette. You hear the music.
Go back and take my seat a little slightly confused, but not obviously. Like it's kind of like deja vu.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And accompanying that, the waitress shows up again just to check to see if you need any more coffee or if she can get you anything.
Yeah. I'll take some more coffee, and you know what? Toast would be nice too.
You want regular or raisin?
I think I can handle raisin.
Okay. She heads over and gives the ticket over to the line cook, starts preparing. Emilio is standing at the door smoking. You held the door open as Detective Pierce went through and came into the Waffle House and sat back down.
I look back at Alana. What song did you put on? This is good.
Oh,
I'm enjoying this.
oh, well,
It's a pretty good song. It's an original for Waffle House. It's Saturday Night at My Place by Gary Garcia.
didn't I just... No. Did I put
Yeah.
a song on?
Yeah, you put this one on just
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I was a little confused as well. I thought that I heard something else for a minute, but I don't know. I'm probably really just tired.
Didn't you? Weren't you going outside?
I did,
She came back
didn't
in.
I?
Oh,
Wait.
okay.
Yeah.
Waitress, can I get a double smothered gravy hash browns?
Sure thing.
That's a big order.
I get every time I go to Waffle House.
Okay.
You always order so much?
I always order double smothered hash browns.
It's pretty standard for you, honestly, especially at this time of night. I mean, it's 2:45 a.m. What else are you going to eat?
Did you say it's 2:45 a.m.?
I did.
Could have sworn I got here at 2:45.
Mm.
Time.
Yeah, it's passed you by, right?
Yeah.
Alana's gonna get up and go to the jukebox
Okay.
and ask
It's an
for
old
change,
jukebox.
a
It's the
couple
kind you have to
dollars.
flip through the cards for and push the heavy buttons and put the coins in. You've got eight coins in your pocket though, so you can probably pick out a couple songs.
Need change?
Yeah, I put it onto something new wave.
Okay. And the sound of a synthesizer and a drum machine replace after the previous song is done. It's got a good pulse going.
Okay.
Hmm.
Weird. Weird.
Is something wrong?
Deja vu. That's all.
Hmm. You know
And the
what they
waitress
say
comes
when you
back
have
with your
deja-
raisin toast and puts it in front of you, Detective
Thank you.
Pierce.
Thank you.
What does they say about deja vu? Someone's walking across your grave?
What?
Something like that?
That's fucking morbid.
I've never heard that before. I've heard that it's a glitch. But
I don't know. I
Walk-
find the thought rather comforting.
walking across a grave?
Well, everyone has to rest sometime, don't they?
Sometimes more sooner than others.
Rest is a funny word, actually.
Do I need to
never mind.
roll for the I think it's the disadvantage mentioning the essentially death
I think
sooner
you
than
should.
others?
I think it's
I thought
worthwhile.
so.
Go
I
ahead and
thought
make your
so.
roll.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one. I got an 18.
18.
Mhm.
It's a morbid topic, but you're used to morbid. You're used to depressing. It's nothing new. It's not going to get to you. Bit of the same. Amelia,
Yeah.
your plate of hash browns is put on the table for you.
Been waiting for this all night.
I mean, you can eat. It's going to be worthwhile finally getting to eat, right?
I've eaten all day.
Mhm.
Sorry. Is there a TV in this Waffle House?
There isn't.
Mm.
Just a jukebox with the many selections of songs. Right now, it's playing Saturday Night at My Place by Gary Garcia.
A classic.
Classic.
Yeah, I remember every time I used to come Waffle House, I always play it here. I used to come here a lot, actually. I'll tell you, coming to Waffle House at a when the sun's out, different experience.
Yeah.
It's much different than now. I mean, sun up is very different from 2:45 at night.
Mm.
Yeah. I've been here for breakfast a few times and way different. It's really bright.
Not particularly bright now, though. Not that you can really see through the windows. The humidity from outside is fogging everything.
And can we maybe, like, I don't know, kill the AC for just a little bit? It's kind of getting chilly, at least to me.
Everybody's working. Nobody responds.
Or not. That's fine too.
It's the
Do I see
combination of the music and the grill pretty loud.
Do I see a thermostat anywhere?
Not immediately. You could probably, get up, see if there's one that's accessible.
I will
Walk
do
around a
that
bit.
then. Yeah. See if I can find one.
Oh. All right, that's it. Then I'm gonna run to
And-
the bathroom.
You run back to the bathroom.
Uh,
The first door's locked. The second one is open, though.
I'm just gonna sponge everything from my stomach.
Waitress, is that man going to be okay?
Oh, probably. We get folks like him in here all the time.
He can't really have that much more left in there.
I mean, he did just order more.
Hmm.
More?
No, I mean,
He just ordered food.
yeah.
Again, yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah, brought him his food, and she points over to his table with the one plate of the extra loaded hash browns on it.
Did
and the
you
mug
already
of
take
coffee.
away the other plate?
The waitress is gone.
That
But
she works real quick.
yeah, is the glass of water still on the table?
No, but she does bring one back.
Yeah.
A couple people get up and they leave. Soon after, another person comes in and sits down. Eventually, Emilio comes out of the bathroom.
You gonna make it?
Yeah, it's fine. I just had to just do it once, and I'm good for the rest of the night.
That's
Um,
the second time.
Yeah, that's twice, buddy. You sure you're gonna make it?
It's been once, right?
No, twice.
Twice.
No,
No.
you've thrown up
No,
twice.
I remember.
You've eaten
that.
2 plates of hash browns.
Mm-hmm.
GM, how many plates of hash browns have I eaten?
There's the one in front of you.
Yeah, and I've only. This is the first. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Well, you've had the hash browns already, and I got you toast, so
And then you
Mm.
threw up those hash browns, which is why you got the water and the toast.
yeah.
Can I read a person?
Absolutely.
I also have an ability called Eye for Detail.
That seems pretty decent.
Yeah, so.
Who are you
let's
reading?
see. I'm gonna read The Waitress.
Okay. So go ahead and roll and add your intuition. You see the waitress behind the counter, just sort of standing there, taking in the sounds.
That is an 11 plus perception, so 13.
Okay. So you can ask one question.
One question.
And it doesn't have to be one of the preloaded ones. It can be one that you compose yourself.
Cool. I also get to ask an additional question because of
Yes.
my Eye for Detail.
Those ones are from the list.
What does she look like?
Very, very standard. She's got the bluish polo shirt with the apron on and the sort of visor hat. Got a brown bob hair. It's very plain features, brown eyes, pretty average height.
What sort of person is she?
Very, very much kind of person that's just in the rhythm of the job, in the rhythm of the night, just going with the flow,
Hmm.
following along the steps. It seems like
Yes.
it's second nature at this point, like she's not even really focused on it.
You certainly have this place, the run of this place memorized. How long have you worked here?
Oh God, it feels like forever. But most jobs like this do, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Can I get you more coffee?
Alana looks down at the cup,
It's about half full.
just with a mountain of sugar just soaking up the remainder.
Yep, just like before.
No, I think I'm good.
No coffee?
No coffee.
Okay. And she walks that way.
You all right over there?
I feel a little weird.
Maybe you drank too much tonight.
Too much what?
I don't know. Booze, coffee.
Oh,
your poison.
I don't
Sugar.
drink.
Maybe it's the sugar. I read once that, too much sugar can cause weird head stuff sometimes.
But
My
what do
mother
you
used to say that the more sugar I put in my coffee, the sweeter I would be.
Hmm.
I just sort of adjusted.
I used to drink a lot of sugar in my coffee, but I don't know. My kid said it'd be bad for my health, so I stopped.
Could you all make a roll for me and add your soul to it? And we'll go around. Alana,
10.
10.
Oh, I'm sorry, 11. I forgot
11.
that was soul.
Allison,
12?
12. 11, 12. Detective Pierce,
8.
8, 11, 12. Emilio,
7.
7, 8, 11, 12. Emilio, this is a pretty standard night for you, unfortunately. The headache is ever present, self-inflicted at this point. It's all very fuzzy around you. Detective Pierce, odd as it is, with a feeling that you can't quite shake, it's just another one of those nights where things maybe just don't quite click. And Alana, you can't shake the feeling that it's not right.
Hmm.
And Allison, something about the way that Alana is acting is bringing your attention to the same conclusion, that something is very off in this back road Waffle House at 2:45 a.m.
When you-
Something's wrong with the vibes of this place.
Yeah, when you say you feel weird, what do you exactly mean by that? Because there's
Feels like electric static on my skin. Things moving in circles. Coffee half full, music not changing. Something's strange. I feel strange.
You do feel strange. Everything around you feels strange. You look at the others. Allison is staring at you. And Detective Pierce is stirring her coffee. Emilio is just taking his fork and shoveling whatever that is into his mouth. That strange black substance.
I look at my journal. I've been writing lyrics all night. Is it empty?
Your lyrics are there.
Hmm.
When you say strange black substance, as in not what it looked like originally?
It's hard to tell.
What did you order? What are you?
Double hash browns smothered in gravy.
Are they supposed to be black?
I mean, the gravy's dark enough, sure, I guess. Do I look down? Is it black?
Not as far as you can tell.
You all right?
Alana gets up and goes over to the plate and takes it from Amelia.
Hey, I was eating that.
I look at it.
Shouldn't eat that.
It's off. It's really off.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
amorphous. It's
Hey,
uncomfortable to look at.
You're telling me what I
Is-
can drink, but you want to tell me what I can fucking eat?
Shut
too?
up.
he really should probably put something in his stomach.
No, wait.
Not that.
Do you see this?
It's black. This
What
is
do I
not
see?
food. It's not okay.
You see Alana and Allison holding a plate of hash browns, arguing over it.
Whatever, you can have it.
It it's not black, it's just hash browns. Maybe they're a little burned, but I mean, it's a fucking Waffle House. What do you expect?
Not this.
Can we see the grill?
Yeah, there's the line cook. He's cooking at the grill. Is making eggs. There's some grilled cheeses on the side.
And it looks completely normal.
Looks like every other Waffle House that you've been in.
I feel like I should have gone to IHOP.
The waitress walks over to the two of you standing up, holding a plate. Is everything okay?
What does this look like to you?
She looks down, takes that plate of hash browns from your hand. Looks like hash browns. It does look like hash browns. Maybe a bit too much gravy.
It looks like you didn't give me enough hash browns. I'm joking.
Does it look like hash browns to us now?
Looks like hash browns.
Oh.
Are you two all right? Like,
I think it's late. I think I'm gonna call it a night.
I think that's probably a good idea. You
Maybe.
seem tired.
Waitress, water's all around. You should drink
Okay.
water. Probably best for you.
I haven't been drinking tonight.
Sure.
Too
Something in
much
the air.
coffee.
Too much coffee.
I don't drink at all.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna throw some cash on the counter and like, you all have a good night. And she's gonna try to leave.
Okay.
This isn't like muttering to herself, like this isn't right.
Okay.
There's something off. This isn't right.
And you're muttering to yourself, and you're walking, and you push the door open, and you walk into the Waffle House. It's about 2:45 a.m. The sound of food cooking. There's a song playing. It's Saturday Night at My Place by Gary Garcia. It's an original classic rock song for a Waffle House brand. You see a few people that are milling about. Alana's there staring at you, and Emilio and Detective Pierce. You haven't quite gotten their names, actually, though. but they're standing around.
Hand on the door. I'm just gonna like back out.
Yeah. And you close the door behind you, turn around to go back into the Waffle House.
Did anybody see that?
Hey, and I go over to Detective. Can I have some of your toast since I'm waiting for my dinner
Uh,
still.
yeah, just here. Just
Um,
go ahead and take it. I don't need it after all. I thought that I wanted it, but I really just didn't.
Hey, late nights are better with company, right? And he's gonna move his coffee over to
Alana
the booth.
gets up
Yeah.
and walks to the waitress
Mhm.
and gets too close to her face.
Oh, hi there. Watch yourself. There's coffee.
Tilts her head to the side.
The hell is wrong with you?
Y'all all right?
Lady, are you okay? Like,
I'm always okay. This place
you,
isn't.
I really think that you need to lay off the coffee. Can she have a water, please?
I don't need water.
You clearly need something, but
Everything's fine. Everything is-
Everything's not fine.
um,
Go
yeah,
outside.
clearly.
Anyone go outside.
I think I will go outside.
Just do it. Just I dare you. Try it.
Alana gathers her things and her
Okay.
violin case and walks out the door.
Okay. And as Alana's doing that, Detective Pierce, can you, as you're watching this, you were very confused by that scream. Can you roll and add for your perception?
Yeah. $14.
Okay. You can ask one question about the situation, but I'm going to give you additionally that nobody really reacted to that. People just going about eating. The waitress was confused. The line cook was still cooking. And you're pondering that.
Do I see anything initially that would make her scream or something that's off that would cause this sort of behavior?
Not really. I mean, it looks like any Waffle House at 2:45 a.m.
Okay. Just
But it's
gonna
really
keep
weird.
I'm gonna keep a watch on that one because
Yeah.
she's acting real sketchy.
You watch her as she crosses the floor and heads to the front door and pushes the door open and walks into the Waffle House.
I thought you were leaving.
You did.
Just got here.
Did it happen? It happened to you too.
Alana slowly looks at the door and peers outside. Do I see anything?
Dark.
Just dark.
It's really dark. You looking through the glass on the window on the door?
Yeah.
It's really humid, so it's kind of foggy.
I open the door but don't go through.
It's dark.
Detective Pierce is going to kind of ease out of the booth and just tell Emilio in just 1 second, and gonna walk over to Alana and be like, hi, ma'am, can you just look right here for me for just a second? Have you taken anything tonight at all? Just follow my finger
She just
with
stares
your
at you.
eyes. Have you taken anything tonight? Maybe, I don't know, maybe a little extra special sugar, maybe?
I was under the impression that you were out of a job.
What gave you that impression?
You said that.
I said that I used to deal with people that are intoxicated. I didn't say that I was out of a job.
Huh.
What
Are
would
you?
make you? I don't see where that's any of your business, really.
Hmm. Have
I'm
you
just
tried
trying
leaving
to.
yet?
I don't need to leave right now. I'm
Just open
Still
the door
having
and walk
coffee.
through.
I-
Humor me.
Just try it, please.
Humor me.
Okay, if I do this, and will you at least have some water, chill out on the sugared coffee syrup
Sure.
that you're drinking? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. I'm gonna walk out the door.
Yeah, and you walk into the Waffle House. It's about 2:45 a.m. There's a classic rock song on the jukebox. It's Saturday Night at My Place by Gary Garcia.
And Alana's staring right at you.
Same with
Um,
Allison.
Waitress, can I have double hash brown smothered?
Don't eat
No.
those.
No, you cannot.
And the waitress just stares between everybody, still holding
Okay,
the pitcher of coffee.
I always get that when I go to Waffle House. What are you talking about?
You're
You've
not
already
getting
had
it
it.
right now.
No, you've had like 3 orders already, or 2 orders. What
You're gonna
just
be
happened?
sick soon anyway.
Somebody pushes past Detective Pierce and just walks out.
I'm
Can
gonna
I
follow that person out.
Cool, and you follow them into the Waffle House. Somebody else comes in and goes. And
I
sits
grab
down.
that person by the shoulders.
What?
What's your name?
My what?
Your name.
John?
John what?
Just John. Get out. Like pushes your hands off and walks.
I'm gonna
over
grab
to
him too before he could walk away.
the-
Okay.
Hey,
Hi, Detective
Detective.
Pierce. Detective Pierce.
Ex-detective.
Why do you all assume that I'm an ex-detective?
Are you an
Detective
You
ex-detective?
just
Pierce.
got here. How do you know?
Are you an ex-detective?
How do you know?
What is your last name? John what?
Jameson.
There, see?
Does that ring
Okay.
any bells?
No. It's a pretty
Thank
standard
you.
name, pretty boring name.
Mr. Jameson, you go about your business. What is wrong with you?
And goes and
Both
sits
of
at the
you.
counter.
I think you're starting to get it, aren't you?
It has been a really long night already. It's really late, and I'm not gonna lie, I might have had a little to drink as well.
It
How
is
many-
really late.
Oh,
How many
Alana
quarters
starts
do you have in your
to-
pocket?
give me 1
Oh, I'm
sec.
sure that I have 8.
Really, again? You shouldn't have eaten the raisin toast.
I run to the bathroom. I ate
And
the
the first
wheat.
door
What
is
are you
locked, but
talking
the second
about?
one. The first door is locked, but you managed to push the second door open.
This
You
time.
know,
Hmm?
I've been around so many people like you. When something's right in front of your face, you'll deny it and deny it until it all comes crashing down. She looks at Allison. I think you're starting to get it.
There's something here.
Ah,
And
Look.
Allison is immediately going to turn around and just start like tearing through the place looking for anything that is off, any symbology.
And the patrons look at you very confused as you
All right.
lift their plates and grab their menus.
Look,
One of
lady.
them, I'm like, you're not even remember this in 5 minutes, and I'm just
Look,
going to keep
lady,
going.
you can't just do that. People are gonna get concerned, and somebody is going to
Then
call
I
somebody.
think you should
And
remove me from the premises because I won't stop.
I don't want to do that. I just want you to sit down and calm down.
Oh, but I want
Have
you to
some
do
water.
It.
Do you
should
sit down?
do it. Do
And
it.
she's going to keep going.
Okay,
Like,
go
she's
ahead.
not
Good
listening.
problem, pink
Go
hair.
ahead.
Do it. Do
Go
it.
ahead
Just
and
try.
As you do this,
Oh my god.
go ahead and roll and add soul into it. See if you can see through an illusion.
Oh my god. You have both are clearly on something.
Oh,
7 plus 6, so 13.
just life,
Okay.
sweetie.
This is not life. This is definitely you had way entirely too much sugar, or I don't know, some street drug that is.
I don't do drugs.
You say that, but your behavior says
I
different.
wish it was drugs. That would be easy.
Look, you are causing concern, and you are, it's.
What's weird about you?
What are you talking about? I think you both just need to. I think you both should probably go out and get some
That
air,
one.
or maybe
That one.
maybe it's time for you both to pack it up and call it a night.
No one else seems to be getting it. You're denying it.
We've all left.
Emilio, you're in the bathroom. What are you doing in there?
I'm gonna wash my face, which I don't
Mm-hmm.
think I've. No, it's the first time, but I don't think I do this usually. And I'm just gonna like hearing all the commotion. I'm not gonna come out immediately. I want it to settle down, and I'm just gonna stare at myself in the mirror and like just check to make sure I'm okay.
Could you also roll plus soul for me?
Yeah, that's the worst that can happen. 10.
Okay. Allison, you've been arguing with Detective Pierce while lifting up people's plates and sorting through things, and you just glance down, and everything seemed pretty normal. You glance down at the laminated menu, and then you flip it over. You flip it back. You can't read it. There's definitely words and pictures on this, but nothing's coming through. It's all just like it's supposed to be there, but it isn't. And Emilio, you're looking at yourself. You're looking at yourself in the mirror. And it's a grimy bathroom, bright fluorescent light. You've got bags around your eyes and 3 holes in your chest. And we're going to take a break there. Everybody get water. Do what you need to do to feel a little bit more human. Be back in a few minutes. Welcome back to Saturday Night One Shots on Gehenna Gaming. My name is Zachary Votto. I am your game master, and we are playing Kult Divinity Lost, a game called Midnight in the Diner of Good and Evil. We pick back up with our 4 players, standing in various places in a Waffle House on the back roads of the southern United States. The time is 2:45 a.m. It's a humid night. The kitchen is going, the grill is going. There's a song on the jukebox. It's Saturday Night at My Place by Gary Garcia. It's an original classic rock song made for Waffle House brand. Everybody is out talking, processing. Emilio is not out. He's in. He's in the bathroom where he's looked at himself in the mirror and seen himself plus 3 holes in his chest. And as you look down, Emilio, no, there's not.
Look back.
And as you look back in the mirror, no, there's not. Can you please roll to keep it together, adding your willpower? What was that?
2.
A total of 2?
Yes. Snake eyes.
Ouch.
Emilio, this is a lot. It's like they were saying out there, it's finally sinking in. All of this, like the strangeness of this, the confusion, the bizarre, unexplainable happenings. You're going to take a bit of a hit in your stability for this. So we're going to drop you from composed to unfocused. As you try to process this, backing out of the bathroom, the door swinging open behind you. And the 3 of you see Emilio just distraught, backpedaling from the bathroom. Well, the 2 of you do, Detective Pierce and Alana. Allison, you're still trying to read a menu that cannot be read. And neither can the other one that you've picked up or the one on the counter.
Are you okay? Like, you look like you've seen a ghost.
Who? Which one of you fucking
Funny.
shot me?
What?
What?
Okay. So nobody has shot you. There's no. What are you talking
Empty your
about?
pockets. Do you have a gun on you?
No,
Empty
I
your
don't have a
fucking
gun on me.
pockets.
Fine. And I'm gonna pull out the taser and my little multi-tool and
She
set
pulls
it
out
on
the
the table.
multi-tool, taser's on the table. There's a notepad with a badge stuck to the back of it. There's a set of handcuffs, and they all go on the table.
Why
no
do
gun.
you think you've been shot?
There was. Fuck this. I'm leaving. I throw a wad
You're
of
not
fives
even
on the table,
bleeding.
and I walk out the diner.
He doesn't even hear you. He just storms through the door and into the Waffle House.
Welcome back.
All right, I'm glad that you didn't leave because it's probably not a good idea for you to drive in your state of mind because clearly you have ingested something that is not agreeing with
No,
you
it's
right now.
Clearly, you're not realizing what's happening because he left.
Detective, what did you say your name was?
Did I leave?
You came back.
Detective Pierce, Detective Jade Pierce. What is your name? I don't even know any of your names. You don't know
Alana.
mine.
That's
But
to know.
folks call me Error.
Oh. I think I might have maybe heard something of
Oh, I
yours
wouldn't have
once.
expected you to.
Yeah, probably not. I'm
But
just
for
trying to be
someone with
nice.
the last name Pierce, you're certainly struggling to pierce the truth, aren't you?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, you will.
Alana, Eric, can you read this? as I'm looking at Alana.
I look at the menu.
Go ahead and roll plus soul.
My kidlet, you're. Does error
You.
mean anything to me?
Nah, error doesn't really mean anything to you. Again, it sounds like one of those artists that your kid probably
Yeah.
listens to.
Are you,
What did you roll, Alana?
17.
17?
you're a musician?
You can't read that menu, Alana. It's again, you know where the words are supposed to be, but you can't read that menu.
It's like trying to read in a dream, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay,
it doesn't sit still. It doesn't work.
Shapes and pictures where
Alana?
they're supposed to be, but
error.
not real.
What was your name again?
Allison.
Allison, and you?
Emilio. My name is Emilio.
Okay. Well, now look, we all know who we are now.
Detective Pierce, please
Adorable.
roll for me.
Uh-huh.
Just roll.
Oh, just roll. Okay. Oh, that's lovely. 9?
9.
Uh-huh.
You say, okay, now we all know who we are, and Emilio's name clicks into place. It was in the police report
Mm,
from that day.
shit.
And the rest of you see Detective Pearson's eyes just kind of go glassy at the end of her sentence as you recall that day and what you had to do and why you had to do it. Detective Pierce, you're also going to drop instability along with Emilio, so you're going to join him at unfocused.
I need to focus my head.
As the rest of you watch Detective Pierce briefly dissociate.
My. Looks like I'm not the crazy one, or at least not the only one.
GM, have I
I-
eaten anything?
Well, what did you realize, sweetie?
I don't know what you're talking about. I think that I have had enough coffee, enough to drink, enough to eat. I'm gonna go.
Excellent.
Lovely.
I'm gonna go home now. You
Mhm.
guys try not to burn down the Waffle House with whatever it
See
is
you in a
you're
couple of
doing.
seconds.
And I'm just gonna collect my things off the table
Mhm.
and walk
Bye
out
now.
of the Waffle
Bye-bye.
House.
Yep, and you
Bye-bye.
turn around.
Hello. Welcome.
Hi, welcome back.
You turn around and the waitress is right there with her pot, with her carafe of coffee, just standing between all four of you. Did you want any refills?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Can I get
I
a,
wonder what role you'll play here.
can I get a
I'm
I'm
gonna
double
so
hash brown?
curious how this will all unravel.
I'm sorry?
Boop her.
Can I get a double hash brown with smothered in gravy?
No.
You don't need any hash browns. You've had enough hash browns. You just keep throwing them up already. Can you just not?
GM, how
With
many
the
hash
hash
browns.
browns.
Have I eaten? None, right?
You look over at your booth and yeah, booth's empty. You got like a cup of coffee there.
Wait.
Look, trust me. You don't want the hash browns. They're not going to agree with you. Okay.
I mean, the hash browns are pretty good here.
You know, you would say that. You're a waitress. It's your job to say stuff like that. Trust me. I've been sick off of them. You're
Well,
not going to want the hash browns.
Sounds
All
like
right.
you were at the wrong Waffle House.
Are we at the
Some
right
water.
one?
Why don't you go get some water for all of us? That would be nice.
Okay. And she walks off.
Thank you.
Can
No
You were leaving,
hash browns.
detective?
Yes, that's what I was doing. I was leaving because I've had enough.
And as soon as
Um,
you walk out that door, you'll be right back here with all of us.
Oh my god.
How lovely. Come
And
now,
If that's the
detective, you
case,
must
then
be realizing
clearly I
something's off
have-
by now.
No, okay, have a good night. And she'll like take a longer look at Emilio
Mhm.
and then just turn and walk out the door.
turn and walk out the door right back into the Waffle House, where the waitress is standing between all four of you with a tray of 4 waters. Do you want to hear at your tables or?
I'm gonna down the water.
You ordered something, detective? Some water, maybe? For your way out?
Can I get that in a to-go cup, please?
Detective. Detective, one moment.
What?
Alana's going to reach into her bag and pull out a battery-operated metronome and set it on the counter.
Okay.
Tick, 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 tick.
You hear just it's a box and there's a light that kicks back and forth. You hear,
Remember hearing the sound.
That's a really good impression.
it's weirdly in time to the music. It's Gary Garcia's Saturday Night at My Place.
What's the point of this?
Humor me. You can leave if you want.
Detective Jade Pierce.
Yeah, I'm heading out. I'm just gonna,
Does that name feel familiar? Does that name
It doesn't.
and I'm gonna turn around and walk out again.
Okay. Can everybody else roll plus soul? Not you, Detective Pierce. Everybody else.
Okay.
This time, big money.
All right. Amelia, what'd you get?
16.
16. Allison?
13. I'm
13?
scared. I'm rolling really good, so I'm terrified of what's going to happen. soon.
Alana?
14.
14. Detective Pierce pushes open the door and walks into the Waffle House. And all 3 of you watch her go with the sound of the metronome. A hiccup in the metronome as she walks back in. But it's back in time. It's back in time with the song. And Emilio, you watch Detective Pierce walk in through the door. And around her neck seems to be rope burned, bruised.
Are you all right? Stay still for a minute. I can still see it, right?
You're looking right at it.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna like.
I'm fine.
It feels kind of probably invasive. I'm just like trying to tilt her head to get a better look.
What are you
Just
doing?
stay still for a second. Humor me, please.
Do you want to stay still, Detective Pierce?
No, I'm just gonna. No, what are you doing? Don't touch me. I don't need you to put your hands on me.
Someone hitting you?
Need. What are you talking about?
You got marks on your neck.
Does she?
No, what are you talking
Yes,
about?
She does. I can see it right there. Do I still see him?
No?
I'm gonna go towards the bathroom to look in the mirror. That's where I'm
Okay.
going. I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't go into stall 2.
You go. And the first bathroom door is locked, but the second one is open.
It's the only one that's open. I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
Wonder who's been in the first one for so long.
I'm looking.
And your neck seems fine, but it's needling at your brain. Could you roll again for me?
Yep. Seven.
It's needling at your brain. It's starting to feel tighter. It starts to feel tighter around your neck. And the ground beneath your feet starts to feel less solid. And what you see in the mirror is less focused. The only thing that's really there is just the memory of what you did, what you had to do. You knew that you had to do it, but nobody believed it. Nobody would believe it.
They didn't see.
They didn't see, but you saw, and you saw day after day after day, and it wouldn't leave your eyes and it wouldn't leave your mind, and you did everything that you could to get it out. And that's when the back of your head bumps against the bathroom door. You've been tilting back a bit too much. Go ahead, actually, as that lingers with you, you're going to drop again in your stability to distressed, as that memory, it doesn't fade. You remember all of that. It doesn't fade. There's something about Emilio that just keeps setting you off.
I'm gonna look at the mirror one more time. Check my neck again.
It's fine. It's bright in here. Fluorescent lighting.
Okay. Get it together, Jade. You can do this. It's just. It's okay. Just too much coffee, too much booze. Okay. And gonna walk out the bathroom door.
You walk back out, you rejoin the others. Saturday Night at My Place is playing on the jukebox.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing wrong with my neck.
Do I remember everyone's name?
You remember when Detective Pierce went around, Detective Pierce, Alana, Allison, and then you're Emilio.
Yeah. I guess I must be seeing things.
I think you might have had a little too much.
I'm sorry.
No problem. It's fine.
I have an idea. It's a little drastic. I'm gonna
Is it better than pink hair screaming at people randomly or her?
My pocket.
When did I scream though?
You have a really good point.
No, when did I scream?
You
No,
don't,
it
you
doesn't
don't
matter.
remember?
It's
It
fine.
does, actually.
What is your idea? Emilio, right? That's what it was, Emilio.
And as you turn, Emilio has a knife out, and he is going to make a slight incision into his hand, just something light.
Oh no,
Enough
no,
to-
no, no, no,
enough to
no!
draw
Don't do that.
blood.
What are you doing?
Don't worry, I'm so boozed up I won't even feel it till tomorrow.
I do need you, however, to roll and add your fortitude to endure injury, as slight as it may be.
A 12.
And yeah, it is it's definitely, you're able to endure it. You get a bit lightheaded though, as a bit more blood comes out than you were expecting. At that point, you might have hit something. It's not bleeding profusely, but you say, no, it's gonna be fine. Ooh.
I'm grabbing napkins. Like you
No.
can't. No, you can't
walk
just
out the
do
diner
that. What
door.
are you doing?
And you walk into the Waffle House.
I realize I walk back into the Waffle House, right?
Yeah.
I look at my hand.
It's bleeding a lot.
Seriously, and I'm gonna start putting the napkins on it. Can we get first aid, please? Waitress, somebody, please.
That's
The
a
waitress
really
walks over
interesting
with
thought.
a carafe of coffee. Do you need anything?
It's dark outside,
Yeah,
right?
how about some band-aids or something to clean this out. He's bleeding, and I'll show the wound.
Allison, Can you
Waitress, hello.
look outside?
Do you need
for me?
anything?
Look outside
Yeah. What do you see?
into
First aid.
black darkness. Nothing.
Literally nothing.
It's dark.
Hello. Clicking at her. First aid.
I click the
How
clicker.
will this little play resolve itself, I wonder?
Does my car lights? Because it's parked right outside the parking lot. Do they flash through so you can see it through the window?
Really humid, kind of foggy. It's hard to really see through the windows.
You're not gonna find it.
I'm gonna get you all
Waitress.
some refills, and the waitress walks away.
No, I need first aid. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my. All right. You just keep pressure
Do I need
here. I'm
first
gonna
aid?
go. I'm gonna
It's
go
bleeding a
find-
decent amount. Your hand's cut, so probably, but it's not gonna take you out or anything.
I'm gonna find a band-aid so you're not bleeding all over the place.
Okay.
You might want to look at the kitchen. Usually there's a first aid kit back there.
All right. I'm gonna go
I'll wash it off in the bathroom.
going to the kitchen.
Okay.
Are you tired
And-
of this song yet?
What
And I'm
song?
gonna
I
like
know
go to
I am.
unplug the jukebox.
What
I wonder
song
if
was
this will
playing?
work.
Sorry, what was that, Emilio?
What song was playing?
Oh, it was Saturday Night at My Place by Gary Garcia. It's a original classic rock song for
Oh,
Waffle House. Yeah, it's really good. You still hear it actually. It's a good upbeat tempo song, even with Allison holding the chord in her hand.
Interesting.
And Detective Pierce, you walk into the kitchen, and it's just, there's a guy at the grill grilling, making eggs, toast. There's freezers, and there's the door, like the back storage section.
I'm gonna go to the cook and tap him on the shoulder.
He just slowly looks at you while he's cooking.
Hi. Your waitress is, I don't know what's wrong with her, but do you have a first aid kit?
He's still looking at you cooking, sizzling. What?
First aid kit. Band-aids?
What for? And there's a real like sizzling sound, the smell of meat.
There's a guy he cut himself. He's bleeding everywhere and just kind of need to make it not bleed anymore.
And we got napkins.
You
Sort of
don't
an
have-
overwhelming porkish kind of smell.
You don't have band-aids? Like you have napkins, you don't have band-aids. What if you cut yourself, or your prep person cuts themselves? What do? You have to have band-aids.
I just cook. He points at the griddle with the eggs and the toast, and his hand flat on the metal. I just cook.
You might want to move your hand. That seems like that might hurt a little.
I mean, I gotta cook. It's bubbling. at this
You
point.
really? Oh my. Okay, and I'm gonna grab his hand and pull it off.
And he's holding the spatula. Well, I gotta cook. He pulls his hand out of your hand and starts cooking the eggs.
What the fuck is wrong with these people? Okay. I'm just going to move back out of the kitchen. Apparently they have napkins. That's what they have. Napkins and a whole lot of whatever it is that keeps them from not feeling pain. So I'm gonna guess that there's they clearly have an opioid problem here. Clearly. That's probably what's wrong with everybody right now. That's probably why, yeah, that's just.
What do you mean not feel any pain?
I mean, he put his hand on the grill and it didn't seem to faze him. So I'm going to guess that he's probably on something, which is probably the same thing that's fucking with all of us right now. So, I mean.
Are you sure he did that? Did you look at his hand afterwards? Were there burns?
I didn't have to look at his hand. I mean, I saw it there and I know what I saw. Okay. I know what I saw. I'm not hallucinating. I saw that. And when I got his hand and it didn't faze him. So I know what I saw. Don't
I believe that you
Don't
saw
act like
what you
I'm
saw.
crazy.
I just don't know if it stayed that way
My,
when you
how
looked
the
away.
tables turn. Hmm?
It's all really interesting, isn't it, Alana?
Very.
It's like something out of one of your songs.
Like something out of one of my songs. Yeah, very much that.
Are you feeling inspired or just amused?
Both.
Both. What are you
Both.
going to do with that feeling?
Hmm. Alana gets a very glazed over look to her eyes.
Mhm.
Walks over to the table, cracks open her violin case,
Mhm.
looks down at the glass violin inside. Surface looks like sea glass.
It's lovely. It's beautiful. It is art.
I wonder what kind of song this will inspire. I pick it up and begin to play.
Go ahead and roll plus charisma.
That's a 19.
19.
Excessively well.
So you can pick from the two. You can pick two of the options from the list under artistic talent.
Mm-hmm. I want their attention,
Yes.
and I want them to feel a wistful sort of dread.
And Alana Error begins to play. It's somber, but it has depth and intensity to it. It's not classical, it's not contemporary. It is captivating. As the three of you sort of pause and turn to look as the notes come through. And the other patrons slowly turn and watch. And the line cook turns away from the griddle and watches, and the waitress with her carafe of coffee stands and watches.
May I go deeper?
You may. Go ahead and roll.
Mm. 11.
Choose one of the options.
I want to call something here. I want to beckon it with the sound of my song.
Okay. You're playing for a bit. The music is, again, it's captivating to all of you. It feels melancholy. It feels somber. It feels funereal. It feels in time with the metronome. The music drowns out the sounds of Saturday Night at My Place by Gary Garcia. Just the metronome and the music. And Alana, you hear the metronome. And you hear the metronome behind you. Heavier. As if it's right behind your head as you play.
Like the ticking of a clock, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
You feel hands along your shoulders as you play, and hear the thunderous ticking behind your head. And it grows closer to your ears. You finally hear the same voice that sang along with you briefly. And it just says 3 words. And the words bounce from right ear to left ear, right ear to left ear, like a metronome. As it says, make them art. And your bow screeches across the strings with a stop. Allison, this violin looks very familiar to you. Go ahead and observe the situation.
That is a 13 total.
You can ask a question in regards to the situation, the violin, the music.
Now that she's playing and I'm watching this, do I recognize error?
You don't recognize her, but you recognize the sound
Mhm.
coming out of the violin. Because you
Um.
used to hear it all of the time when your parents would play it at your home when you were a child, before they died.
Yeah. With keen-eyed, I also get to ask an additional question.
Yes.
What strengths do I need to, what ought I watch out for?
In regards to Alana,
Yes. I'm hearing this song from my family. I'm now worried about what she has.
you understand the level of fixation that her art brought out in you. And you feel the level of danger that that could pose to you if used against you. The entire room stopped, watched, listened, all for one piece of music from Alana Maines and that violin. Can you please make a straight roll for me?
Nine.
9. From that violin that your parents used to play, you'd hear it time and time again in the study. And sometimes you'd hear it elsewhere in the house, in the walls, in the parts of the house that you found when you were older, after they died, where you found their books, their work, your work, the work that you compiled and brought back together as best as you can from the people that divvied it up in the wake of their death. That music, not that song, but that sound, you can remember it clear as the day before they died. And this disturbs you to get caught up in this memory. You are also dropping instability to unfocused as you
I
ponder
have
the sound.
the ability to endure trauma. So when I drop instability, I drop 1 less.
Then you will drop to uneasy.
Where did you get that violin? How do you know that sound?
Alana takes a moment and turns to Allison. What do you mean? What
Where
are you
did-
asking about how I create the sound that I do?
Or why that sound? Where did you get that sound?
A gift.
It's a wonderful gift. A dangerous gift.
What do you know of gifts, Allison?
I know they're not always what you want them to be.
This is.
Interesting.
I promise you that. Alana strokes the top of the violin, runs her fingers across the strings.
Really is beautiful, though.
Yeah. It's art.
Allison's gonna kind of just slowly back up a little bit.
Emilio, could you please make me a roll and add in soul.
11.
11. The music is done, but you hear it reverberate. It sounds familiar. And you finally think that you might have placed where you heard the music before. It was the day that the bus crashed. The day that you walked away. The day that you were given a chance to make a life. You can see that as plain as day. And you can feel something see you.
I collapsed against the first bathroom door.
Mhm.
And I
It's,
just
it's a lot. You had a chance to make something of yourself. You made a life,
I did.
a marriage,
I did, yeah.
a child. All gone faster than they should have been.
It didn't last. It never lasts. It never fucking lasts. You hear me and I just knock on the first bathroom door. It never lasts.
And the bathroom door knocks back.
I get up. I try to open the bathroom door.
It's locked. And you feel the door kind of turn back the other way in your hand.
No. I want to push through it. I want to throw my weight to the door.
Okay. We're going to call it engage in combat. So go ahead and roll and add your violence.
I just feel like blood's pumping and 15.
15. And the rest of you watch as Emilio throws his shoulder into the door and the locked bathroom door opens and Emilio goes through the door. And Emilio, you're not in the bathroom. You're not in much of anything. You're in a feeling of radiating anger. pulsating. Suffocating. You reach for your pills and they're not there. Nothing is there but the picture of your child. Taken from you with no explanation. No explanation, but one that you tried to find. And have tried to find. So that you can do what you need to do.
Yeah. I made up my mind.
What is it that you need to do?
I think of the image of that face in my head, if I could see it.
Whose face?
Whose face is it? I don't. The face of the person I have to kill.
You can't see their face. You didn't see their face. They wouldn't let you
I have
know.
to fucking murder them. I have to kill them. I have to kill them.
You have to kill them. You have to kill them.
Slit their
And
throat. That's why I have this
and you
knife.
feel rough, taut hands on your shoulders in front of you in this radiating anger as you look up into the face of a man, blood pouring from his eyes and through his gritted teeth, his face twisted in rage as he leans in close to you and you can smell the hatred. And he just says 3 words to you. Make them pay. And you are thrown from the bathroom as you stumble back outwards and the door closes. Please reduce your stability by 2 more.
I am distressed.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the club.
I have a question for all of you.
What?
And I reach into my pocket and I pull out a picture. A picture of my kid. Do you recognize this child? And I'll even wait for them to answer. I just read their faces. I just try to catch the reaction.
Detective Pierce, please roll to keep it together.
Shit.
While Emilio, please roll to read a person.
Ten.
10.
Mm-hmm.
15.
15. Emilio, you may ask 2 questions of Detective Pierce,
Shit.
who, despite seeming to keep it together, is going to lose 1 stability as this wave of guilt rises up in her core.
Does it have to be from the list, or can it be any
It can be
question?
one that you invent, but the list is an option.
Did you kill my child?
Detective Pierce?
I killed something.
Emilio, what is your second question?
I don't need a second question. And I
Oh,
attack her with my knife.
Okay. Emilio, please roll to engage in combat, while Detective Pierce, please roll to avoid harm.
Shit.
Does my advantage deal anything with this roll? 'Cause it is
I would
rising.
say that your rage would impact here. And detective, I would say roll to avoid harm.
18.
18.
Yeah.
11.
11. Now 18 means that with rolling hard means that you emerges completely unharmed. And 11 says you inflict damage, but at a cost. I would say that we would call the damage more situational, emotional. It's going to impair Detective Pierce. You're going to drop down one more to anxious on your stability. And Emilio, actually, I'm going to leave this one up to Detective Pierce. You can either give a counterattack, or you can let me choose.
Can my counter be to handcuff him?
Yes,
Okay.
it will still be
let's do
engaged
that.
in combat.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's try
And-
that then.
Emilio, if you are trying to resist, it would either be to avoid harm or to also engage in combat.
I'll engage in combat.
Okay. And Alana, Allison, you're watching these two struggle as Emilio has pulled a knife, thrust it at Detective Pierce, who seems to have dodged and is trying to wrestle Emilio's hands behind his back.
Is this violence really necessary? Just because we've learned more about the parts we players have to play?
Detective Pierce, what have you rolled?
12.
And Emilio?
20.
Ouch.
Detective Pierce, you get the handcuffs on, but you only get one on. As Emilio whirls around and hits you extremely hard. It's hard to stab with this, so it's more of an impact. You're going to take one serious wound.
Okay.
Allison, you are watching them fight as you stand next to the woman that has your parents' violin. This is a strange situation indeed. How do you want to handle that?
Can I show you something?
Are you speaking to me?
Yes, yes.
What do you wish to show me when we already have a show going on right here?
I pull out one of the diaries and flip it to a page earlier in it where it's discussing music and the sounds used, where there's a drawing of the violin. And I just show it to you. Does this make any sense to you? These music notes?
Alana, you know how to play them, but it doesn't mean anything.
It's music. Though this
It's-
has no meaning and music typically does.
It's just curious that you have a violin that I've heard from my family, and I have this drawing of it with music.
This violin was given to me by my family. My
Interesting.
inheritance.
These journals are mine.
I play the song that's written there.
And Allison, do you remember your role from the beginning of the game?
For my disadvantage?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're going to revisit that.
Cool, 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 cool.
As you hear the music, it clicks that this is what was missing. This is what was missing the entire time that you tried and failed to complete your parents' work.
It's you. You're the missing piece. You can finish it. You can complete this.
And you feel leaning over you a presence that is motivating you. It's motivating this drive that you now are feeling. You feel one hand on one shoulder and another hand rest on your shoulder, but the fingers are reaching forward towards the violin, towards your goal. And you feel a head come to your left ear and a head come to your right ear as that swells up inside of you. And it says 3 words in unison. Take it back. And it's gone, but the feeling is still there. Emilio, Detective Pierce. Detective Pierce, you've taken quite a hit. Emilio, you have a handcuff dangling from your wrist now, and you are getting back to your feet, that rage still bubbling inside.
Wait, no, just
You
wait,
took
please.
Everything from
No,
me.
please just wait. Let me explain. I have to explain. You
There
didn't
is
see.
no explanation.
You didn't see it.
I don't need to see it.
You didn't see what it was. You didn't see. You don't understand. It's not what you think.
Nothing is ever what we think.
No, seriously, please just give me a minute. Let me just catch my breath. Let me explain it to you, please. I didn't mean to do it. That was not what was supposed to happen. That was not what was happening. I'm not crazy. It was something else. It was not.
Emilio, I need you to roll for your mental compulsion.
Yep.
And Detective Pierce, I need you to roll to keep it together.
Nine.
16.
16.
Mm-hmm. Or wait,
Detective-
hold on.
Okay.
14. Sorry.
14. Detective Pierce, you grit your teeth and push through. Push through as you try desperately to get him to hear you, to get him to understand you. It's driving you at this point, and you feel a stronger focus and connection on Emilio. You have to make him understand. Emilio, you don't want to understand. You want to avenge, but you have the choice. You can hear what she has to say. It will eat away at your brain. It'll eat away at your sanity to not finish the job, to not make them pay. But you have the choice. What choice do you make?
I'm already gonna burn. What's another sit on the chopping block, and I'm going to attack again.
Okay. Please roll to engage in combat, and Detective Pierce, you can roll to avoid harm or also engage in combat.
I'm going to try to handcuff again.
Okay, so that's engage in combat.
Yeah. And 18.
18, and Emilio.
7.
7. Emilio, you lunge and overshoot and hit the counter with your stomach. You feel the wind knock out of you as Detective Pierce grabs your other hand and spins it behind your back, snapping it to the other handcuff. and she presses you against the counter, insistent on you hearing her out.
Fuck you.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna fucking gut you. I swear to God. You better hope I don't get out of these handcuffs.
Would you just listen? It's not like you can do anything else right now. Just fucking listen to me right now. Look around. Things are not the way that they're supposed to be here. Everything's weird. You've ordered like 6 different things of hash browns and you don't remember half of them. Clearly, something's not right. That day, something wasn't right. That was not what I saw. That was not what happened. It was something else, something breaking through. It's like alien or creature-esque. I don't know. It was something not. It wasn't a child. It wasn't your child. It was something else, and it was trying to break through. And
It was mine.
no, no,
was
no.
mine.
I'm.
It's the only thing I had left for my wife.
I'm sorry. That's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to protect. I was trying to keep whatever it was from getting out. You didn't see it.
He didn't see it. You saw it. And that image and the image of what you had to do stayed in your brain all the way until the day you hung yourself. Didn't it, Detective Pierce?
Could not live with myself. I'm sorry.
Place isn't a diner.
And Emilio, you, through all of this, she's right, you're not going anywhere, and you don't know if you believe her, but you do follow her first cue and look around. As every employee and patron of this Waffle House is standing and watching, not moving, just watching. The grill is still running. The waitress is still holding the carafe of coffee. It's spilling out of the carafe as she holds it, and it just spills. You can hear it hitting something, and if you look over the counter, you can see it just pouring onto her foot, but it just keeps going. And there's Allison and Alana, who seem to be caught up in something of their own. Do you two hear this conversation, or are you in a very different situation?
I kind of want to roll for it.
Okay.
What
We're
would
going
you
to go
have me
ahead and
roll?
call that, we're going to call it observe a situation, but it's not going to be a matter of asking questions.
Okay. Observe a situation.
I don't
It's gonna
believe
be-
Allison is paying attention to anybody else now.
Okay. Alana,
I do
that's
not
gonna be
know how to
plus
roll for
perception.
that.
That's going to be plus perception.
That's really high. 19.
Allison is staring at you, and she is desperately telling you that you can complete it. You can finish it. And as you try to process that, you hear the detective tell Emilio about the thing that was trying to crawl out of his child and how she couldn't live with it. And you have this story to one side and a very desperate Allison in front of you, eyes lit up like you have not seen before with her.
This is all that was missing. We can bridge the divide. We could bring it back. We could stop it. Before the keepers come, we could finish it.
Keepers?
The illusion. We can shatter it. We can shatter the veil. We can bring them back. We could finally finish the ritual. This is the missing piece. This is the only thing that's been missing from the ritual from the
What are
beginning.
you talking
Bringing
Could you
them
please
back.
roll again, Alana, for me?
Just a straight roll?
regular, just a regular roll.
These will never be DM dice. 15.
15. Something starts to creep up in the back of your mind as she talks about these keepers and for them, but it sinks back as you try to process your situation.
Make them art. Make them art. What's in your head?
Take it back.
Alana looks at the other two. There's something, isn't there? Spinning over and over and over again. What is it? What is it?
Nothing.
You're lying.
Place isn't real.
We're beyond lies, I think.
Am I even real?
Whatever story this is, the ending's already decided.
But it's not. It's not. You're the missing piece. This is what could change it. Make art. Make the art.
And Alana, you hear, make them art.
I've always made them art. I've never stopped to think if I should, or if I even. Why? Why should I make them art?
And Allison, you hear, take it back.
Are you going to help or not?
I don't know what I'm helping with. I don't
And
understand.
Allison just pulls up the journal and just starts showing like glyphs and ruins and pictures of rituals and circles. It's to bridge. It's the veil. We're not. It'll end this. It'll bring them back. It'll bring the art. We can find the answers. We can get answers.
Back.
Everything, everyone, anyone. It'll be our choice. They can't control us anymore after that.
Emilio, you're hearing this, but over all of this, you just hear the voice, make them pay. And Detective Pierce, this is becoming a lot for you. Could you please roll to keep it together?
Mm-hmm.
And you have a disadvantage on this, -2.
That's going to be 12.
12.
Mm-hmm.
It scares you. It's so much. Everything is, it's more than just that one night, isn't it? It's more than just that one night. It's more than just that one child. It's the people around you.
Doesn't exist.
It's these people here. They're talking about them and finishing it.
That don't exist.
You're going to drop down as your thoughts go to irrational in your stability. And as you process this and you process your memories, something rests on your shoulder. And when you look, it's not hands, it's the flat blades of two large swords. And you feel something lean closer to you from behind. You feel a presence from behind you. Do you look?
Yes.
You see a raven's head with its eyes held open by hooks, staring directly at you, staring through you. And you hear three words come from deep within its throat. Grant me tribute. And it's gone. And the voice echoes, grant me tribute. As Emilio, you hear, make them pay. Allison, take it back. And Alana, make them art.
Doesn't exist. This place is fake. And so am I.
And everybody's standing around you, staring, not moving.
We're
know
not
what
fake.
this is. I'm not really here. This is not.
A walking corpse.
It's fine. It's fine. This isn't the end. You know, death isn't the end. There's a way to come back. There's always a way.
I'm gonna roll to read Allison, if that's okay.
Yes. Go ahead and
I'm also
add,
gonna
yeah,
do
roll with
artistic
your intuition.
talent.
What are you going to use?
Artistic talent as well, so I can
Oh.
ask another question.
Okay. So with you plucking the strings on your violin, which is catching Allison's attention, what do you roll?
17.
So go ahead and ask two questions of Allison.
What is the ritual?
What is the ritual, Allison?
The ritual is a developed and safeguarded ritual passed across the family line that brings back the dead.
What is your second question, Alana?
What sort of person are you?
I am the person who will do anything to fulfill my duty.
Can I read myself?
There's no reason why not.
Jesus Christ. 18.
What are you curious about yourself?
Why am I here? What's my part in this story?
You're here because of your art.
No, there's something more than that.
You're here because of your art and the horrible things that you did to gain the inspiration for it. All of the people hurt, all of the lives taken, the blood and sacrifice for beauty, for art. Please make a straight roll for me before you ask your second question.
11.
And you start to remember some of the art. You start to remember the faces of the people that died as inspiration for your music. And you remember every face, with the last one your own.
Of course.
What is your second question?
Am I stronger than my art?
No.
Are you?
It's always the best when you find out the solution to a mystery, isn't it?
It is.
Hmm.
Can I see through the illusion? But
Roll
not,
for it.
But not of this place. I want to see through the illusion of Alana.
Okay.
$15.
You see Alana standing there with her violin, her wrists opened, her forearms stained in blood, her skin pale, her eyes lifeless. And behind her, you see a tall figure, its face twisted into a swirl of glowing black, hands in constant motion as its head rocks back and forth like a pendulum. And you hear the voice in your head again, Emilio. And you can feel the anger that you saw before in that bathroom as the bloodied eyes stared at you and told you to make them pay.
You're not the artist. You're the instrument.
So it can be said of any artist who can say what's stronger, the art coming from the hand of the writer or the inspiration.
Detective Pierce, as caught up as you are in everything that you've seen and witnessed, something is clicking. Please make a roll for me.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to roll to read a person.
All right. And that is 19.
You may ask 2 questions of Alana, whose words seem to resonate with you. And Alana, anything that you cannot answer, I can fill in.
Okay.
So much.
Who are they?
Who are they?
You don't know who they are, but you know that they work through you in the most incredible way. And all they ask in return, not spoken ask, you just feel it, is to give back to them.
They're the guiding hand. They're the inspiration. The keepers, perhaps, that Allison speaks of.
And Allison, you hear the voice again telling you to take it back.
This ritual.
Yes.
Perhaps we shall give it a go.
Detective, please ask your second question.
Okay.
I'm an open book detective.
Exactly what part do we play?
You ask what the roles are.
Yes.
Detective, artist, avenger. I can't quite place you, Allison.
You're looking for knowledge.
Scholar.
But if you
Anything
are
else with you,
serious,
keepers?
we can do the ritual.
The ritual's already been done.
The ritual has been done many times, but never completed. I can complete it. We can complete it
You
now.
don't understand.
We can take it back. We can do it now. You don't understand what we could give you, what you lost.
I already came back.
What if you don't have to come back again? What if you just are? And what you lost is back to you.
Wait, what do you mean you already came back?
Allison, did you bring me back? Are you the
No.
reason?
No,
Then who
but
brought me
I
back?
can make it happen.
What are you talking about? Like,
I died. I was in a really bad bus accident. I can still remember it.
You can still remember it too, can't you, Alana?
Yes.
It was going to be one of your greatest works. If only it had finished.
The price of art is the price of failure sometimes, isn't it?
Came back. I survived it somehow. I didn't survive. I came back and then I got married. And I had a kid. A kid that shouldn't have been. I'm an imaginary number, a non-existent value. So my kid's the same way. A being that isn't.
I didn't. I didn't. It wasn't a child. It's not. It's not what I saw. It was different. Something
Whatever it
else.
was, I loved it.
It was going to be
Mistakes are made for love all
amazing.
the time.
No, go ahead.
I said mistakes are made out of love all the time.
It wasn't a mistake, though, was it, Allison? It was so close to being finished.
Just had one missing piece.
One missing piece. But it was working right up until the detective shot it.
It's your fault. It's your fault.
What?
It failed. It's your fault. It failed. You're the
You
reason.
did this?
It worked, and you broke it.
Turned my child into a monster.
Your child was fine. Someone else made it a monster. I can find it. What if I could tell you I could find it? We could reach out. We could call.
No,
We just need the one piece.
that's not how it goes.
That's how it goes. That's how it always goes.
You, all three of you, you have victimized me. Whether you
I
brought me
didn't do
back,
anything. It's her fault.
or you killed my child, or you turned into a
She's the
monster.
one that did it. She's the one that made it what it was that I saw.
You're just
Not
seeing
my
through the veil.
fault.
You're seeing the truth.
We're all damned.
Who
Do you
is
have any idea
Amelia
what's
to
out there?
us?
Hmm?
Jack, specifically, who is Emilio to me?
Just the one person that didn't die in the bus crash that you still managed to write an amazing song about in spite of it.
Grant me tribute.
And you hear the voice in your head, Detective Pierce, repeat it back. Grant me tribute.
That's my voice. That's what I hear.
And then, Alana, you hear, grant me tribute. And Emilio, in the angry, vengeful voice, grant me tribute. Allison, grant me tribute. And before each of you stands a form, visible only to you. Detective Pierce, you see the raven-headed figure, its eyes held open with hooks, hands clutching its weapons. Emilio, you see the bleeding visage of rage. Alana, you see head on a pendulum, face twisted in swirling black, hands constantly ticking. And Allison, you see a body split, each with its own head, each with one arm reaching out towards you. And all four of them say to each of you, grant me tribute. And they each point. Emilio, the visage of rage points to the detective. Detective Pierce, the raven head points its sword at the artist. Alana, the pendulum head takes one ticking hand and points it at Allison. And Allison, the reaching hand points to Emilio. And all four of them say, though only you hear the one that is speaking to you, you only see the one that is speaking to you. Grant me tribute, and I will grant you passage and glory. And all four of them are gone. Everybody is still standing around you in a circle, staring. And the four of you are gathered around this countertop. And Detective Jade Pierce, your service revolver is on the counter. Old, iron, out of its holster, sitting between the four of you as you hear the words, the offer, reverberating. What do you do?
Gonna grab it.
Reach for the gun.
Emilio, Alana.
I start to play again.
Okay. Emilio, you are handcuffed.
Sorry about that, buddy.
I ask the waitress for double hash brown, smothered in gravy, and then I look at the sky and I tell whatever this thing is 3 words. Go fuck yourself.
Allison and Detective Pierce, please roll and add violence. Alana, please roll plus your charisma to play.
19.
19,
15.
15,
I rolled an 18. I have a negative.
13.
13. Alana, please choose one of the options.
They want to see more of my art. Shit. Sorry. I'll say it again. They want to see more of my art.
And Allison does. That art is the key to everything, and she knows it. She knows that if she can get you to work with her, she can complete what she is supposed to complete.
May I try to go deeper?
Yes.
$15.
Choose one of the options. Or choose 2 of the options, actually.
Entice an entity to come to you and manipulate it.
Okay. What's the other option? Or do you want to double up on that one?
I want to double up.
Okay. Allison is staring at you, and that's why Detective Pierce gets to the gun before she does. Detective Pierce, where do you point the gun?
I don't. I go over to Emilio.
Mhm.
And I look at the gun and I look at him, and then I remove the handcuffs and I give him the gun and I say, I took from you. Take your tribute.
And Emilio, this gun is pressed into your hand, and it feels warm and violent as Alana, you look beyond them and you see the patrons and the employees of this Waffle House standing not in their drab clothing and work uniforms, but in their chains and exposed muscle and bone, as they all stand looking to you.
Grant me tribute.
And they all turn and advance towards Allison. Amelia, what do you do?
I raise the gun to Detective Pierce's head. I put my finger resting on the trigger. And then I aim 2 inches to the right and I shoot the windows of the diner out.
The creatures that have taken the place of the employees and the patrons, or maybe they always were there, begin to swarm over you, Allison, as you feel the
Correction.
change.
I want them to swarm the patron.
Your patron is not there.
Not
It
my
told you where to
patron.
go, though, and it told you how to grant tribute.
I don't want to grant them anything.
Okay.
This is my tribute.
Then with the figure that was in front of you no longer there, how will they grant you tribute?
I hold out the violin to them.
What do you tell them to do?
Break it in my name.
No.
They reach for the violin to destroy it. As Emilio shoots the window and it explodes, and the one next to it explodes, and the one next to it explodes, and a shrieking, howling comes from just outside of the Waffle House and fills the room, and every single one of the patrons shudders and shakes and begins to scream in unison. They all scream in agony, in ecstasy, and it swells, and it swells, and it swells, and it fills everything. There's a song playing on the jukebox. Saturday Night at My Place by Gary Garcia. It's an original classic rock song for the restaurant. The time is now 2:45 a.m. And the four of you are sitting in a Waffle House along a back road in the southern United States. Again and again and again. And this is where we end Midnight in the Diner of Good and Evil. I'd like to thank my four players for participating. We're going to go around and they're going to tell you a bit more about themselves and where you can find them. We're going to start with Alana.
Right, that's me. Hello. In real life, I go by Steffi, Persephone, or my online moniker, Persephorath. I am the DM of Fast Times at D&D High. I am Sam Nightingale in Dimension 20 is the 7. I do a lot of stuff online, Twitch streaming, game streaming, TTRPG streaming, you name it, I do it, cosplay. And you can follow me at Persephorath pretty much everywhere online, but specifically Twitter and Twitch.
Detective Pierce.
Hi everyone, I'm Samantha McClarty, and you can find me every Saturday on Vancouver Adjacent by night. And what is the new time again? It's like 2, right? Central.
It's 3 p.m. Eastern, so
Yeah.
it's noon Pacific.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm also doing a lot of other games with different channels like Martlet Games and such. If you want to know about all of those, you'll have to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and the name is at just S McClarty. And that's pretty much it. That's all I got.
Allison.
Hi everyone, I am April. You can find me all over the internet as April Raygun. Hunt for the Heart Shards is back for the season 3 of Slaties, so catch us on that Friday at Chaotic Tiefling. Have some other stuff coming out. We have a charity event October 23rd for Girls Who Code for our 1-year anniversary, so that's a big deal for us. So please come check us out. You might see some familiar faces that you see around these channels on there, so you never know. And that's, yeah, just follow me online. There's a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to take your time.
And Emilio.
Hi everyone, I played Amelia today. I'm Nick Francia. You can find me at Nobleman Nick, all one word. I am the production and marketing manager here at Gehenna Gaming, where you are watching this awesome one-shot. I'm the GM or storyteller / MC of Gehenna Academy, our Monday nights Monsterhearts games, all BIPOC, all amazing, all sexy, all violent. I'm also the GM of Kingdom Hearts: The Interstitial War, which is coming back the first week of September, that first Friday. And my Evangelion actual play will be hopefully premiering early January of next year. And yeah.
Wait, what? What were those words? What were those words that you just put together?
Oh, Evangelion, Neon Genesis Evangelion actual play.
Dang.
That's amazing.
So
When-
cool.
When is the Kingdom Hearts coming back again? The first week of what month?
It is the first week of December, that first
December.
Friday, which is Friday the 3rd.
Okay. And I've been your game master, Zachary Vaudo. You can find me at it's Zach, Z-A-K, on Twitter. I'm on ATL by Night Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/ATL by Night. I am also on Vancouver adjacent on Level Up _TTV. And I am ever present on Gehenna Gaming, Carrying Comfort Studios, Martlet Gaming, Bard's Playhouse, wherever tabletop games are played. Thank you all so much for your time. Have a wonderful night.
Oh, and really quick before Ian yells at me, thank you, special thanks to our sponsors, Die Hard Dice and Elderwood Academy. You go check them out. They make great gaming accessories, great dice, and they're grateful sponsors of Gehenna Gaming. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you all so much. Go treat yourself. I hear Waffle House is open.
I will never go to a Waffle House as long as I live.
Son of a bitch.
I've
I
never
have-
been, never will.
Zach's ruined
there's
Waffle
now
House
like
for
a
us all.